What is up, you guys? My name is Selena, and today's gonna be a new video talking about how to get smooth shots with any camera. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about frame rates right now. Okay, so what I like to do is shoot at 60 frames per second, and then I like to change my timeline to 30 frames per second. So then when I edit in the sequence, I can speed the clip down to 50%, nest the sequence, and then add warp stabilizer, and usually I can get a very, very smooth shot. So I know most cameras can shoot 30 frames per second and 24 frames per second. Some cameras can shoot 60 frames per second, but not at full HD. And so if that's the case, I feel like you should shoot in 30 frames per second, and then when you go into your timeline and you create your sequence, you change your frame rate to 24 frames per second. And so if you want to add some smooth, stable shots in slow motion, you can change the speed down to 80%, and so you can still get a smooth slow-mo shot. You just have to nest it and then add warp stabilizer. So I'll show you guys how to do that in Premiere Pro. Okay, so I shot this clip at 30 frames per second, and so I'm gonna keep my sequence settings at 24 frames per second. And then what we can do is press Command R, and then it brings up the speed, and we're gonna change the speed to 80%. And then we're gonna nest the clip, and so I have a keyboard shortcut, but you can right click and then press Nest Sequence. And then we're gonna go to our effects and presets, and we're gonna search up warp stabilizer, and then we're gonna put that on the clip, and we can wait a little bit, dance a little bit until this clip is stabilized. And then once it's stabilized, you'll see that it's slow but not super slow, and it's very smooth. Okay, so this is after the stabilization, and here's what it looked like before. Big difference, right? So yeah, that's kind of the trick with the frame rates. Yeah, I know most iPhones can even shoot in 60 frames per second, so you can shoot some nice stuff. Now let me show you guys some quick techniques you could do to get some nice stable shots. Okay, so let's switch to my other camera so that I can show you guys how I like to use my camera to get smooth shots. Okay, so we've switched to the Canon G7X now. The sun is kind of out right now, so that's why you can see that there's a slightly different image right now. Hopefully the audio isn't too bad right now. So basically the first trick that I like to use is use our little camera strap. So most cameras come with a camera strap. So what you can do with a camera strap is you can make it act as like a stabilizer, because if you hold it with a strong grip and it's like tightly around your neck, you hold it out, you can move forward and backward and get some really, really nice stable shots. So what I suggest is kind of going on like one foot and then panning forward and then panning backwards. So let me show you guys how I like to do this. Okay, we're moving, guys. I'm moving the tripod. By the way, we're in Hawaii at the Disney Aulani Resort, so yeah. So what I'm gonna do here is kind of go all the way down there, or all the way by the palm tree, and then try to get some nice smooth shots of the palm tree, and I'll show you guys my little techniques for using the camera strap smooth technique. So for this one, I'm gonna actually be shooting this in 30 frames per second, so I can show you guys how it looks if your camera doesn't have 60 frames per second. So let's begin.
Chuki Beats.
Okay, we're on to our next location. Sorry, it's a little bit loud. So we're at a hotel room right now in Waikiki. This is a cool little trick that you can use. So basically you can get a towel, and then you could put your camera on the towel and then slide it and it kind of looks like you're using a slider, so it looks really cool, but you need something like a table on top to slide it off of. Another thing you can use is a skateboard. I don't have my skateboard right now, but you could use a skateboard to put the camera on it and then slide over. So we're gonna go get a towel right now and I'll show you guys how to do it. Okay guys, so that's pretty much it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe for new videos every Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video.